How's it going, everybody? Today I'm here with James from Speeed. He runs one of my favorite YouTube channels. He makes things from camping, interior design, and especially cars. And today he probably knows about cars more than anyone I know, especially any of my friends. So I wanted to bring him on today to talk about some reasons we like cars and why maybe you should too.
I like cars. I think everyone should at least like them. I mean, they're a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
I think if you like anything, then I feel like you should like almost everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I also think it's cool to just have something to like.
Yeah.
I sometimes get jealous of like people who really like one specific like thing in pop culture so they can buy like everything related to it or fully indulge themselves in it. And I never really had that thing. Like I'm not like, my girl loves like Sanrio shit, right? So it's like, oh, that's easy. Anytime like they want to put out some new consumer product.
Yeah. Or like I wish I was like really into Gundam.
Yeah.
Like
I had a COVID phase of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a great COVID phase.
It felt like dude, it was sick. I had the little magnifying glass and shit. And then you get to the point where you have to put all the stickers and you're like, I like it clean actually.
Actually I'm going for more of an OEM plus vibe.
I want a minimalist look.
But I think Gundams and cars are the closest thing to real life Gundams for now.
Yeah.
The way things are going.
I mean, or we could, if we had a transformer too, that'd be sick.
But it's like a mech suit. It's like a machine that you get in that you can control that allows you to like go theoretically fast as fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And even if you're going slow, at least having a car that feels like it's going fast is pretty fun.
Yeah.
What do you think about, like, you mentioned to me, you're number one on this list, self-expression. How does that kind of come into play for you with your cars and stuff?
I think similarly to like what you were just saying about like being really into something, I think like the sort of like thesis of Speed is, I think like everything in your life ideally should be some level of like self-expression, because like when people ask me what like the channel is about, I'm like, it's about the spice of life. It's about like all of the things that are unnecessary that can like bring you joy, or like I think like finding interest in stuff is like a joyous experience, and like figuring out the little things that you like and like kind of like telling the world about it, or like putting people onto things that you found that are like a better version of like this other thing. I think is like,
I love putting people on.
Yeah, dude.
It's one of my favorite hobbies.
Yeah, dude. let me put you onto some game. And like I really enjoy that too. So I've like tried to make like a career out of it. But like I think there's like there's like a certain group of people who only like, especially like now, I think like we care about efficiency too much and like the necessities. And I think like necessities are necessary, but I think efficiency is like crazy overrated.
Yeah.
None of us are as busy as the world would like us to think we are. Like we don't need more efficiency. We need more like joy. And so like I try to express myself with like the way I dress, or like the way that my home looks. And I think like cars are a great way to do that as well. There's like, it's like a million pieces that come together to like make one thing. And I think it's just the same as anything else aesthetic, but like you add that like performance component to it.
Right. I liked what you said. I think it was in one of your videos where you said like a car's your biggest outfit.
Yeah, your car's your most expensive outfit.
Yeah, because dude, I have I do have a point A to point B car, and that is the more utilitarian like vehicle. But I also like having the car that brings me joy. But I could never understand like a person who is that way, but they also buy something expensive. That's like they're like, I don't even care, and then they buy like a 2026 like sedan. Yeah, and it's like if you really don't care, you might as well just get like the cheapest thing that works.
Or someone who's like head to toe like Rick Owens, or like head to toe like, you know, whatever, and then they like don't care about that one aspect of their life. Like I like to be, if I'm going to spend money on something, I want to be excited about it all the time. And so like, I like to have a car that when I'm leaving the grocery store and I come back to it, I'm like, oh yeah, good decision.
Yeah.
I guess I just like respect good decisions.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes the best decision is a bad decision.
That's true. I also feel like living out here, I have to drive all the time.
Right.
And like when I'm driving my old like F-150, just like, it sounds kind of like corny or cliche, but just when I'm like driving around in the town with that, I'm like, I just feel so much cooler and better. Like, I don't care if other people think it's cool. It's nice that other people are like, oh, sick.
Right.
But I feel like that car actually feels like, what would I drive if I was looking at myself from like an outside perspective? Yeah.
Like life is a movie and you're like, you cast yourself in the lead or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, it's like, yeah, just good art direction. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Have you always liked like all the German cars mostly?
I like all kinds of cars.
Yeah.
I think that when I was younger, I got into Volkswagens because my friends were into them. And they were like really cheap and that's what I could afford to have. And then when I moved to LA, I was broke for a long time. And like my first car in LA was an $800 Volkswagen Golf.
Oh yeah.
And then I like
it's like 10 grand now on
Marketplace. I'm sure. And then I like slammed it on coilovers and wheels. And so like I've always just been a fan of like kind of a shitty car with nice stuff on it. Because like I don't know, I mean, it's like because I'm a millennial, like I can't own a house, but I have like little treats. Yeah. And so I've never had like enough money to buy a nice car, but I've always figured out ways to be like, oh, I can get wheels, or like I can buy a new grill, or like I can import some European lights.
And the rims cost more than the car,
dude. So like most of my cars, the wheels cost more than the car.
I've always had this mindset too with car stuff where I'd rather buy the best version of like whatever lower tier car than like the lowest class Mercedes or whatever. Like I'd rather buy the highest Honda, you know, just because I feel like you're getting more value because that's what they're putting like all their efforts into. Whereas on the high end of the low end of the high end, they're like, this is the thing we're going to put out for people that want to have this, but can't actually have it quite yet.
That's a good theory. I also think that like knowledge and curiosity can like make up for a lack of money. And so like if you're willing to do the research and then like figure out like a cool car that has like something special about it and then spend the time looking for it and then like finding a good example of it, then like that's way cooler than like some brand new 3 Series BMW.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
100% agree. So what do you think about this? They have to move.
I think like cars are sick because like I said, like I love the aesthetics of them. I think some cars are beautiful. I think even more cars are like interesting looking. And so like I find them to be aesthetically pleasing in the same way that I find like pants or architecture or whatever to be aesthetically pleasing. The difference is a car has to go 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's like such a wild like dance that you have to play when putting something together where it's like, okay, it's got to be visually appealing but also functional in a way that like would boggle most humans in history's minds. Yeah. Like this thing's got to travel 100 miles an hour. And nowadays it's got to go that fast. And if you hit a wall in it, you'll survive. Yeah. And that's crazy. And then on top of that, it's like a cool color. Yeah. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And you can listen to music in it.
I agree because it is one of the things where it is like a self-expression or a hobby or a thing that you can like, but it's nice because you get the excuse of like, well, I need one though. I had to buy this cool shit because I needed it to commute, you know?
Totally. I think like it's not easy or whatever, but like it's easier to make something that's just like cool looking. And I think that most things that I am attracted to have like a function, like a functionality
Mm-hmm.
that like limits it. Like clothes, like all of the clothes that we like are like based in some sort of like need.
Yeah.
And how well it satisfies that need contributes to how like cool it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think cars are like the ultimate example of that, other than like jets, but like
Yeah.
that's out of my price
You don't have
range.
one?
Not yet, dude. But
You need to get the big Speed livery on
yeah,
it.
Speed livery on like a F4 Phantom or something.
Yeah. I can't even, it's crazy that people could get to a point where it's almost irresponsible that to not have their own plane.
Right.
Like it makes more sense timing wise to have your own plane. I can never understand that.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Like, do I want to be that busy?
Yeah. True.
But yeah.
And then you're going to get criticized like Taylor Swift or something for
man.
going from like a 30-minute flight and using like the whole resources from a small country. Or something.
Carbon footprints were invented by the oil companies.
Yeah.
To try and make us feel like we have anything to do with this.
Yeah. I feel that way about most stuff. It's like, oh, you're telling me if we all did everything right, it'd help like 1% compared to if you guys just did something like a little bit kind of right.
Like recycling's fake, carbon footprint's fake.
When you go to the recycling at a place and the two holes go to the same like bin, you're like, this is sick.
Plastic's bad. Yeah. We're all full of it.
Yeah, for real. Microplastics.
Yeah.
So what do you mean when you said the reason you like cars is romantic? You're in love with them?
No, I just think like they satisfy something very like romantic or like poetic. I think like one, because like they move. I think they signify freedom. I think like they could take you literally almost anywhere until you hit an ocean. The ones I like smell like gas. I think they sound awesome. And I just think like, especially like when you're like modifying it yourself or like building it, you like create a connection, because like I've made on both of these cars right here, I've made 200 decisions about them.
Yeah.
So they're like kind of like my dog a little bit, where like we've like been through stuff together and they like broke and I nursed them back to health. I like made decisions that neither of these are expensive cars, but I've made the decision to like give them a life that they wouldn't have otherwise had with like another person. Similarly, like I adopted like a 5-year-old Doberman with a broken leg.
So it's like, that's what you're saying. With dogs, it's like you rescued it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like, I know like my cars aren't sentient, but I like to imagine like they're grateful for their life. They're like, oh man.
Yeah.
You know, I was like out in the middle of the desert, just getting baked by the sun. And now I have blue interior and cool wheels and a new engine. And so I don't know. I just think there's like a very, just like I was about to say American, but like Italians and Germans do it too. It's just like a very like certain relationship that we have with cars. And I just like really dig them. I think they like satisfy all the senses in a way. And I think, I just think it's like a romantic idea to be in love with cars.
I get you. I do the same thing too. And sometimes in the opposite, like, my truck's kind of like a pavement princess, so sometimes I have to go and like put it on dirt so it knows the life that it used to have. It doesn't. It has to remember its roots, you know. Can't completely remove it from what it was made for.
Yeah, and it's like a vessel for adventure. Like you can, like we just bought a car in Europe and we're flying there at the end of the month to like go on some road trip, and like a few of my friends are coming and. Like already we're just like, dude, this is going to be,
this
is going to be like memories.
Yeah. Man. One of like the coolest things you could do is have someone drive you real far to buy a car, and then you have to drive back together on the road.
Yeah.
That shit's so funny because that's way more of than just the car. Like the car now becomes a delivery system for like nostalgia and like this fun core memory with like you and your parent or your sibling or your friend or whatever it may be.
Yeah. So me and another friend bought matching cars in Europe, and I've said it before, but like the peak of like the way that I like cars is like a matching car with your friend mobbing on the highway is like the coolest.
My dream would to have like all my homies have K-Trex. Yeah. We just drive around the city and do like donuts all day.
Mobbing is the coolest thing possible.
Yeah.
Everything I do in my life is to like kind of feel like we're like pack animals.
Yeah. You know? Like you're in a cutscene. From a bird's eye view.
Yeah, totally.
One of my favorite like memories of something like this is I used to go to school in NorCal in Chico. So I'd drive all the way up there like for and back for like winter break or whatever. And my friend had an old Volkswagen like this, and I had my RSX, and I was driving on the freeway like or on the 5 like 2 hours into the trip. And I look over and I see him there, and he's coming back from like a similar area. And then we just got to drive together the whole way and
that's
all the same stops.
Or like you'll like do it with like a stranger. You know, like you'll find a stranger on the way back from San Francisco, like on the 5, and like you're just like both down to speed a little bit. And so you're like, all right,
it's my guy. Right here.
We're in it. And then for the next 2 hours, you'll never talk to the person.
No.
But you have like this like language with each other.
Yeah. I think the more that we get into like with phones and the internet and stuff, I've been romanticizing these moments of like plans that happen organically and stuff. Like I've made a whole group of friends at the climbing gym that I don't have any way to contact them, but I kind of know they'll be here at this time. And they're like, where were you on Wednesday?
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, we actually all think about that. That's how it used to be, which not saying it's better or worse, but now it feels like, I'm doing it analog, you know, analog hangout.
Totally. Like Zach, we work out of my house, and Zach will just like come over.
Yeah, it's classic.
And like walk through my front door, and it is really annoying. Like I kind of hate it, and a number of times I've like almost said something, but like I don't. Because ultimately, I'm like, I actually kind of like that he doesn't text me before. I like that he just like drops by.
He's like Kramer. Or
yeah,
he
totally.
Just pulls in.
Yeah, it
the
feels like
track hits.
You would just like go to your friend's house when you were a kid, be like, "Yo, can you play?"
You guys were probably doing that like every day when you did that challenge, right? Where it was like 30 days of like,
dude, during
the worst stuff you could do.
During the 30-day challenge, Zach was at my house at 5 a.m. every morning.
Yeah,
and we would run and then do a cold plunge.
Did you still agree that you said like no coffee? Was that the worst thing you said?
Probably. I mean, some of the stuff towards the end was like dumb.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't do carnivore.
Right. You have diarrhea every day.
Yeah. Just, or like the final day we didn't talk.
That's crazy.
But I think like there is some benefits to that. Or like for 3 days we didn't wear shoes.
That probably was nice though.
Yeah, it was kind of nice.
That's like, have you seen the people that don't wear shoes ever and their feet are like hands more? It's like spread out.
They can climb
like
really
live
well.
in like the like a lot of like indigenous people that live in like the rainforest. Their shit is like hands. It's crazy.
That's sick.
They like are what those people that wear the toe shoes want to be.
Yeah.
But they're just natural.
Like the authentic toe shoe guys.
So for this fourth point, you said history. I mean, obviously there's a lot of history with cars, but what about it specifically is interesting to you?
I like the idea like for whatever it is, I like the idea of like everything sort of building to now. And so I think if you're like into something, or like anytime I've gotten into something, I've just always gravitated towards like the old stuff and not, I think for like a number of reasons, like I just like how old stuff looks. I think it's like more romantic. I like how it sounds. It's like more simple, but I also just kind of like I like being a part of something, or like being a part of a story, or both these cars. So like the BMW is kind of like based on these 323i's that BMW raced in DTM. And there's this like specific John Player special liveried one. And they were so bad that BMW made the M3. So like they just like lost so much that they were like, all right, we're just gonna like make one of the best cars ever.
Yeah.
But like I feel for that little car, and like I have like a narrow body E30, so I was like, oh cool, like I'll kind of like do an homage to that one. So like that's like a fun story to me.
Is there red in the back seat?
Mm-hmm.
That's like how my
red.
truck is, the red and black. That's one of my favorite.
Yeah, it's like
vampire mode.
Yeah,
that's why I like it.
It's like Rob Zombie.
Yeah,
or like Munsters or whatever.
That shit's so cool.
Yeah, and then this car's like got a bunch of old like parts from like the early 2000s, just because I think it like represents a time for these cars.
You've had multiple cars like this, yeah, in your life or no?
Golfs?
Yeah.
I've had like a lot.
I know, because I watched your video about I guess like the downfall or whatever of Volkswagen and stuff like that, and it made me think like I kind of only see people having like the older ones now. Like people that have new ones, they just have like some kind of SUV or whatever that they're making, and it's kind of sad when like the last bastions of like these companies who cater to like these niche like car people are all kind of going away, it seems like.
Yeah, dude, most new cars are like pretty boring. It's like not a very exciting.
Like you want gray, silver, or dark
black.
black.
And just like it's kind of like computers. Like I feel like back in the day, if you were into computers, you had so many more decisions to make, and
you can get that cool iMac that was orange or blue or whatever.
Whereas like cars are just kind of like, they're all like pretty good.
Yeah, but I think it's what you were talking about with, I think tech and cars is way more like ingrained now, and their whole like world of over optimizing is starting to like be a parasite to all the other sectors of like commerce and stuff.
Yeah. And also like the disappearing middle class. There's like, you either make cheap shit or like $4 million cars are selling really well right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
I never like, I feel like I don't really like almost any supercars. I don't know why. Like, I don't think I would want to, I wouldn't have that feeling I was telling you where I would feel like cool in it. I think I'd be a little bit embarrassed. Yeah. Even though it's sick in a way.
Like I can't imagine a world where I would buy a $4 million car. But if I did, it would be like from the 30s or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It'd be like a pre-war Bentley or something.
Just like made out of like sheet metal.
Yeah. Dude, I rode in this like 1930 something Bentley.
Was it cool?
It was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm like getting old because I'm starting to like like super old cars.
You're like, they were right.
Yeah.
They had a point.
They had it right. Should have stopped here.
Yeah.
But it's like 180 horsepower, like 202 horsepower, like V8.
Back then? That's actually crazy though.
Yeah. And
you're like,
just like
like in the old movies when they drive. Like,
totally. Yeah. You can like dress up and like there's a belt like holding down the hood.
And you need goggles, right?
Yeah, you need goggles. And you can see the front wheels.
Dude, I guess maybe if you get enough Patreon, you could finally get that for me.
Join the Legion of Speed.
Yeah, if you join the membership, you get into 4 million.
Yeah.
So I guess we did talk a little bit about this, but when you told me like friends is one of the reasons you like cars, is that kind of what you're speaking about with having like someone to do that activity with almost?
Yeah, it's also like just an easy way to get friends. Like you have nothing else in common, but if you like the same kind of car or just like cars in general, like I've made a lot of friends like through internet forums or now like through Donut or whatever, where like the only thing we have in common, or like initially the only thing we think we have in common is that we like cars.
Yeah.
And so,
and you're kind of like the bat signal for that with all the stuff you put out.
Yeah.
Like, if you like this, talk to me.
Yeah, totally. And so like Chris Castro, who helped build both of these cars, like he's one of my best friends now.
Sick.
But the reason we know each other is because like he built my other friend's car and then we just like started talking, and then we worked on my car for long enough. Because you're also like doing an activity for a long time where like you don't need to talk, but then like when you do, you're like, oh, actually, I like that shit too.
Yeah.
You know, or like this is actually a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
And so I just think it's like, just for my whole life, it's just been a really easy way for me. I'm pretty like nervous around people. It's like a pretty easy way to like just be like, all right, so like we have this in common. And then there's like a built-in activity. And then you can also like hang out for hours. Like if you go to a drive, you're like hanging out, but like you're not even together.
Yeah.
And so like that, you're like bonding like in that like language of
I also
driving.
feel like being in a car with someone, it's one of the only environments where I don't feel as pressured to like fill all the space with talking, because you're kind of just like, oh, we're already like just looking around and like whatever. Because you talk the whole time at like a 5-hour drive, it has the opposite effect where it's like, what are we even talking about?
So how's your drive? It's like you talk the whole time. That's a negative.
They're like turning down the music every time they say something. Sure.
yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Or if you're like on a road trip with like someone kind of new and you guys can like vibe on music, or if you're like, hey, I'm like listening to this book on tape. Are you down? And they're like, yeah. Like that's a bonding.
You just put on like the worst podcast of all time and make them listen to it.
I drove to Portland one time with somebody, and we listened to Keith Richards' autobiography.
That's crazy.
Narrated by Keith Richards and Johnny Depp. It's a 24-hour audiobook. Dude, it was the best.
Johnny Depp's just hammered, dude.
Yeah, for sure. But then like for years, me and that person could like reference that book.
Yeah.
And it was like awesome.
I was on a trip in Vegas recently with my friends, and we were like, it's a good trip when there's like a stim of the weekend that everyone keeps referencing, a video, and we kept referencing. Have you seen that video where the guy's like, how about 8 inches and thick? How about faithful? And he's like, and you want to talk about scrawny guys?
Yeah.
Or something.
My wife died 13 years ago. My daughter killed herself 13th of May.
Let's see. Well,
something to talk about.
This is kind of what we're doing right now. Even.
Yeah. I think it's something to talk about. Something to just kind of like fill the time. Again, like I run into people at like car meets or people that are like very different than me, but we all share the same like specifics. Like with the golf, I went on this like camping trip with like all dudes with old Volkswagens.
That's sick.
And it was so sick because like it was like 20 guys who all knew like really specific car parts.
Those guys know a lot of, especially the golf dudes and the Volkswagen people. I feel like they know so much about that stuff.
Yeah. It was like a bunch of dudes that were like, oh, is that a Bonrath badgeless grill? And it was like, yeah. Like, oh man, I like your smoked E codes.
They know the serial number.
Yeah.
You guys all had to turn around when you saw like one little bump though, huh?
Yeah.
The whole trip.
Dude, so it was like this old VW Vortex like meetup kind of thing, and like I'm like a few years younger than all these guys, so like I knew who a lot of these guys were when I was in high school.
That's cool.
And like was just like a kid, and they had like sick cars and stuff, and I pulled up, we met in this like hotel parking lot to like do this road trip thing, and they were all like, dude, your car is so low. And I was so proud of myself that like all these like old school Volkswagen dudes were saying that my car was low.
Yeah.
Like it was just like one of the best
you can't even fit your foot in the
yeah. I'm like, can't go over that speed bump.
I remember you reference in one of your videos, like the best thing you could do is make your car higher or lower than how it came to modify it.
They never get it right from the factory.
Yeah.
You got to either raise it up or slam it down. You got to do something.
It is right though, because like with talking to people about this stuff, I feel the same way like with when you see someone with like a band that is like special to you or like more low key, you're like, oh, you know about that? Like, yeah. And then you can talk about it and not to like name 5 songs them or whatever, but just to be like, hell yeah. And even the other day I was at the grocery store and this guy was talking to me outside with my CRV, and he's like, you got the picnic table?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And he's like, hell yeah. And then he just left. Yeah, and that was it.
It's like, it's something to talk about. In this world, man, everything's like splitting us apart. It's nice to have something to bring us together.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing. This is what's going to unite America, is how high your Volkswagen is. Yeah. If it's low.
Yeah. Make your truck higher. Make your Volkswagen lower. Dude, I was in Beverly Hills like over a year ago, but Jesse and I were driving like down Rodeo, and this like 70-year-old woman was crossing the street, and she's like, your car is beautiful.
That's awesome.
I was like, holy shit. She remembers when this thing was new. Can you imagine when that car was new? And you're just like, damn.
And it had a totally different type of person who would want it.
Totally.
Too.
Yeah, like a young lawyer.
Yeah. That's how I feel about all the like dudes in Silver Lake who have like the old Mercedes, like the square ones. I'm like, you don't have the car phone. You don't have clients calling you in West LA. This thing has a whole different life now.
Yeah. I mean, my car was probably like, honestly, young lawyer, accountant with first job, or like high school girl. Honestly, both of these cars.
That's a dope high school girl first car though.
For sure.
That thing is so sick. I feel like I feel dumb talking about it too much because we're all just looking at it. Yeah. It's not even really there.
It's not even there. We're actually on a sound stage.
Yeah.
This is all green screen.
It's a fake BMW too.
Yeah.
It's actually a Mercedes, guys. He's been lied to this whole time. What did you mean when you said it's pretty low stakes? When you wrote me something to think about, I didn't know if that was part of the point, or you telling me like, hey, that's something to think about, kid. It's pretty low stakes.
Something to think about.
That's a banger right there.
No. It is something to think about. That is pretty low stakes.
Yeah. Okay.
Or at least like these ones. There's like so much going on in life and in the world that, like, thinking about some dumb little part of my car or like looking on the internet for like a dumb mirror, or like I'll stare at pictures of my car or like somebody else's car and be like, what would I do to that?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter ultimately, but it's like an escape. So it's just like a thing that you can kind of pour yourself into that can make you happy, that like you can't really fuck up that bad.
Right.
Like I've broken a million cars and it didn't ruin my life.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's just like kind of a thing. It just like kind of doesn't matter, but it's like really fun to pour yourself into, I guess.
I think that's why the people that don't care, because it is something to think about. But I don't think they think it's as low stakes as it actually is. Like they're like, I don't want to worry about any maintenance ever.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you still have to with your Mazda. And they're like, no, I've never changed the oil in 6 years. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. It probably runs still. But it's like people put so much like even when I show people my truck, they're like, that's sick, but like the gas hot, or like, oh, I bet it's always broken. And I'm like, not really. And they're just like, well, whatever.
Dude, any car breaks.
Yeah.
Like all cars break. Some cars are harder to work on.
Yeah, that's true.
Like this Audi we just bought is like
weird,
bad to work on. Like it's just like so
you need to get one of those Euro specialist guys.
Yeah. But yeah, and like especially if it's like your second car, like we both have like a car we can drive if this one breaks. But yeah, it's just like, and then I think on the opposite end of people who like don't care about it, there's also people who do like cars who like really care about it too much. There's like one of the reasons we made all the videos about the Golf, where it's like, I don't know, I just saw like a number of people on TikTok where it's like week 13 of quitting my job, hopefully this build, like it's like, that's psychotic.
Yeah, like no one cares that much about
like,
your fucking E30.
Yeah. Like that's people putting, and it's like, I think that's a sign of our current times where like everyone's just like shooting a half court shot, just like hoping something will hit. But again, like the way I like cars, I think I love them very much, but like they don't matter that much.
That's like what they call a healthy relationship.
Yeah. The things that they provide, like friendships and, you know, whatever, I'm like very interested in them, but like, yeah, it's I don't know, it's just like, again, it's like low stakes, and you can kind of like, you're not thinking about like war. Yeah. You know,
I also
or
feel
like the police state. The fact that we all have our own AI agent, you know, reporting all of our activities to the government.
I hate when the new like AI person drops on like an app I use, and it's like the name of someone I know.
Oh no.
Like my wife's name's Erica, and that's like the Bank of America AI one. They're like, ask Erica what you should do with your money, and I'm like, I already did. She told me to give her some more money right now. Yeah. It's just like this shit. There has to be some weird psychology too, why they're always like women too.
Yeah.
Like the AI agents.
Yeah.
They're like, it's easier to tell them what to do.
Yeah. You don't waste server space saying thank you to a woman.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, it's so fucked. I don't even know. I get a lot of like, especially on like my main content stuff or like design work stuff, I get referenced a lot about like, what do you think about AI and this, and I'm like, it's hard because it sucks, but I'm not like trying to push it past the goal line of like the replacement rate or whatever. But I'm also like, I kind of just have to not care, and hopefully it's fine until it's not, and then I'll do some other stuff.
Right. Yeah.
It's like totally. I'll go do a real job. Or something.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. Like apparently all of them have kind of stopped pushing video because there's no real use case for it.
And no one cares besides the people that are trying to make it better. Yeah. It's like a circle jerk.
And I think that like everyone who's like pushing all this shit is a fucking dork, you know? And I think that all of these fucking dorks aren't factoring in how important it is for something to be cool. Yeah. And if everyone decides that something is not cool, then it's not going to work. Right. And so
that's the biggest fear I see with this stuff is when people, not that it gets better, but when people don't care how something was made, the only thing keeping that business from growing is people liking like human stuff or made stuff. But I'm worried that we'll get to a point where people don't care anymore. They just want it to be cool, regardless of the means it was made.
I don't know. I think like maybe there will be less people making stuff, but I also think there's too many people making stuff right now.
It's also like,
so maybe it'll get rid of like the 30% of creators that I think should stop.
Well, some people, they didn't want to make stuff to begin with. They wanted to have something made to show someone. So those are the people I guess is for, but I guess my only defense of that stuff ever is like, how come you do this if you could do this? That's what I get comments like that all the time. Why'd you do this that way? You could use blah, blah, blah to fucking make it. And I was like, I just always say, I like doing this. I like making stuff. Yeah. And they're like, oh, whatever, dude. And it's like the same reason they don't get it is why, like, I think hopefully why they'll lose, because they don't get that one thing is that the process is actually the fun part, not the product.
Like they're saying like, why don't you just use AI?
Yeah. Or like, why don't you use this tool? Cause it makes it so much faster and easier. Even outside of just AI stuff, like people sometimes seem to forget stuff's supposed to be fun. And like, you're supposed to do stuff the way that you do it cause you like it, not because it's the best or the fastest or makes the most money.
I think doing stuff the fastest is the biggest crock of shit ever. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Cause then you have more time to do other stuff fast.
Yeah. You know? Like, fucking go like so you can sit on your phone, like what the fuck, nobody's doing anything. Might as well take your time while you're doing the thing that you like.
I'm like
goofball.
I want to not
everyone's optimize. So fucking in a hurry.
For what? They are dorks though. That's a good
fucking dorks.
Dude, you said that with the hard K too.
Yeah, well, at least we're cool.
I feel like no one throws that one around anymore.
Because like they like being called nerds
and geeks
or whatever. It's like, no, you're a fucking dork, dude. You're not cool. Because like nerds can be cool.
It's true. But nerds are probably the coolest thing right now in this world.
But like a dork, like
because a dork doesn't even have to be smart, dude. They just have to be like a dweeb,
just like a fucking dork, dude.
Yeah. Hell yeah,
dork. I'm not worried about him. He's a dork.
Yeah, you're dork.
Elon Musk is a dork.
He is.
Yeah.
I think most billionaires are kind of
all of them are dorks.
Corny and like, yeah, probably not even most, probably all. I don't know any to like say, but I assume. And but he's like the kind of the king of like being
for
cringe.
Because he's like also mean.
Also, it was like people actually liked you at some point. I never really fucked with him, but everyone like all the like energy environment people when I was in college were like, dude, he's so sick, he's gonna change the world. And I'm like, You guys don't know this guy has some shit up his sleeve. Like,
oh,
this
that
is
guy
just
from
act
South
one.
Africa.
Yeah,
The guy from apartheid South Africa.
yeah. I was like, bro, he already spawned into like taking doing a crime pretty much.
Yeah, dude, fucking sucks. I think like you said, corny, and I think like that is the greatest sin, is to be a cornball. And I think that all these motherfuckers right now are having like their moment, and they're like, oh, we did it, we're in charge. It's like, nah, you guys are cornballs.
Yeah,
and we don't fuck with that. Like, as a whole, I think just like global society, if you're corny, like, you can't be in charge. Like, we're not gonna do that.
You have to have some aura to tell people what to do.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. We got to be like, yeah, that guy's got it figured out.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, dude.
That's why those old rich people were cooler, because like they didn't try to be celebrities. You just didn't know where they were.
Yeah.
They lived like in some like villa somewhere, and it's like they were doing like probably heinous shit, but at least it wasn't like on Twitter.
Totally. Like, these guys are ruining it for themselves, because not only do they want all the money and the power, they want us to be like proud of them or something. And so like, I think it's such a weird mistake for like all these guys to like want podcasts and stuff. It's like, just shut up and live in your mansion. We wouldn't even know what you were doing. But they simultaneously want to ruin everything, but like they want our approval too. Right. I think that's their Achilles
like, bro,
heel.
why is Jeff Bezos at the Met Gala?
Get the fuck out of here.
Your shiny ass head's reflecting all the light everywhere.
They want approval. They want to be cool, and they can't do it.
Well, that's one of the things you can't buy. You can't buy coolness and authenticity.
No,
it just doesn't exist. You could buy you could buy the skins for it, but it's not.
Or like all these billionaires with podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't even know any, but those sound awful.
Yeah, they just talk about moving around capital. And stuff. And it's just like, you're not an entertainer. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Dang. You're coming for them.
Cornball dork. Dude, it's my big... I don't like these guys. It's like, go be evil in silence.
Yeah, they need to be more like Mr. Burns. Just chill.
But I think it's going to be their downfall. Their like need for our approval is like a chink in their armor that we're going to be like, well, sorry, Lauren Sanchez Bezos.
Hey, I don't like you guys.
No!
They're like melting and shit.
Yeah.
So this one, you said they're never done. I mean, that's an obvious thing, but to some people that's a con, But what do you think kind of inspires you with that, or makes you like the fact that it's an ever-going project?
I think that's from like a hobby standpoint, where and kind of works into like, it's pretty low stakes and something to think about. Where you
can't like win either. That's what's kind of cool. Or beat it. Or
there's always like something. There's like, so you always have something to do that you didn't have to think about that hard. Like, there's 4 or 5 things on the E30 that I could do that would be productive and would make me feel pretty good. Like, I accomplished something that I don't really have to like decide that I need to do. So like, I'm at a loss for how to feel like I accomplished something. It's like, oh, I could replace that window regulator on that car. Or like one of the fender flares on the Golf is like falling off. I could spend 2, 3, 4 hours just like
6, 7, 8.
Head down trying to figure that out. And I feel like there's like a certain kind of dopamine release. Like, I'm sure it's similar to like just working on a design project where you kind of like just get into like a flow state. Yeah,
for sure.
And so I think it is nice to be able to like work on something without thinking about it too much.
Do you have other things that are that way in your life? Are there like hobbies that you feel like are a ever going project?
I think it's like similar sometimes to like running, where it's like, sometimes I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But I know
that's the best time. That's what they tell you.
Yeah. But I know if I do it, I'll feel good.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to fix that fender flare, but I know once I'm in it, I'll like get that like runner's high.
Yeah. I feel that way when I'm like, damn it, they were right. Like, I worked out, I drink water, and I feel good.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's that like, you'll never regret doing it.
Yeah.
But like, you'll probably regret not doing it.
Kind of weird that your brain is like that, because even when I don't want to go to the gym or something, I never feel bad after. I never feel like it was a waste of time, even if it wasn't like a great time objectively. But everything in my power before is like, just don't go.
Yeah,
like,
why is it so hard to convince ourselves to do things that are good for us? But it's like really easy to convince ourselves to do things that are bad for us.
It's like the little like on your shoulder.
Totally.
Devil. He's like, just smoke that or just eat that or whatever. Like, why would you go do that hard thing? You know?
Yeah. Just like sit here. Just sit here for a while.
It's, dude, you know what you could do instead? Nothing.
Yeah.
You're like, that sounds awesome.
When was the last time? Dude, when was the last time you did nothing? You deserve this.
Yeah. I was talking about this with someone recently so I'm like, I feel like I'm a very busy person, and I always want to chill. And like, I'm always in the pursuit of like free time or like getting ahead of my work so I can relax. But then when I get in that mode, I'm like, what do we do? Like, what should we do? So it's like, I think the pursuit of that is ultimately better than the actual, like, there almost is no reward because there's kind of always stuff going on. There's always things to do. So it's like, I don't know how I feel about it, if that's a good thing or not, but it's just something I've been thinking about.
I've been feeling like kind of like overwhelmed and like busy recently just because we have like a lot of stuff on the horizon. And then I realized that I get stressed out when I don't see the other guys. And so like, as long as we're like interacting, I'm not stressed.
Yeah.
But, like there's just like stretches where we're all kind of doing these like separate heads down things. And they like Zach, Jesse, like everyone else at Speeed, like started as an editor. And so like, they're like very good at like going off alone.
Locking in and shit.
Yeah. But I'm like an improv nerd.
Yeah.
And like comedian. So if I don't have,
you're the jester, you know?
Yeah.
You need to perform.
So if I'm not getting laughs, I'm like, oh, I guess everyone hates me.
I liked in your video when you were like, yeah, all your friends are probably out hanging out without you and talking about how much it sucks that you're, or how awesome it is that you're not here.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I get that feeling sometimes.
Like literally for a whole day, I was like I didn't really have anything I was supposed to be doing, but I convinced myself that I wasn't doing something.
Yeah.
And that all the other guys were mad at me. And then we had like a phone call, and I like clocked myself feeling
like, sorry boys,
better, like feeling better afterwards, because I was like, oh yeah, I guess they like me still.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
You're like, it was like one of those old movies where you shut the computer and walked away like,
yeah, still got
I'm
it.
gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It is true that sometimes a lot of the stuff that is, you just make shit up in your head.
Oh,
really,
for sure.
Is all it is.
And I think especially because we're creative people, I'm not putting it on you, but like we have an imagination, and we've built kind of a life for ourselves where like imagining stuff contributes to like positives in our life.
Right.
So in the same way, that same weapon can just turn on you.
Exactly. I like overthink a lot, and then people are like, well, why don't you just like not? And I'm like, well, how do you think I got all this stuff? I thought about it.
Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I create realities. Sometimes they're positive and sometimes they're negative.
Yeah, for real.
Like my friend helped me build these wheels, and I was like deciding on the width of the rear ones. And at some point I was like going back and forth between like the size of the lips, and he like texted me, he's like, why are you so indecisive? And I was like, I don't know. It's just part of who I am, man.
What I do is I go to the if I go to a drive-through and I see all this new stuff, and I sit there for 5 minutes, and then I know I'm getting the same shit that I was gonna get anyway. But I feel like I like punish myself with it. Like, what is this? Is like, and it's so easy to go, I could have got that thing, and that would have been so much better. Then you get that thing, you're like, should have went with old reliable.
Should have went with the old fucking chicken quesadilla.
Yeah, why didn't I just get the crunch wrap? That's what I go through my head if I go to a Taco Bell and I get whatever like rappers meal they have promoting at the moment. I'm like, fuck, I got the Travis Scott chicken tenders.
Yeah, why did I get the Demon Hunter fries?
For real.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I appreciate you talking with me, and thank you for coming up with this list too. And
for sure. Good I even graphic designed it for you.
This is sick. It's very patriotic.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you guys can see that on the camera, but it's red, white, and blue because we have a real freedom patriot right here.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, bro. And if anyone hasn't checked out James or Speed for any reason, definitely do. Like I said, it's genuinely one of my favorite channels, and it's the reason I reached out to him. And thank you for watching.
And a shirt might be available now or soon, designed by your boy on
Yes, sir.
speed.co.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Good shit, bro.